It's Friday. It's another episode here. Jeff, how you doing?
I knew you were going to
Perfect time to
introduce
take
me,
a
and I
drink,
took a
man.
took a drink of water at the worst time. I'm
My
doing
goodness, my
well,
goodness.
Brandon.
All right. Hey, this is our 25th episode. Quarter of a century. Well, no, that's not how
Is that
numbers
a
work.
is that
Um,
like the what is that? Is that the banana anniversary? What do you give someone for your 25th?
25th, that's silver, right?
That's silver.
25th is silver, 50th is gold, 100th, no one's ever done it. So who knows? Who knows? But we're doing it today. You like that segue? We've got we've got a special guest waiting in the wings here. It's a good friend of ours, a man who almost got us into a knife fight outside of a casino with a bum one time. So maybe he remembers that. Maybe he can talk about that. But give it
I
up,
think bum is
everybody,
kind of
for
insensitive though. Bum
is
is an
bum.
insensitive term.
You can't say
Hey,
bum anymore.
let's say uh, the man had a non-conventional domicile. That's so. Go ahead, run it back.
All right, all right. We already off the rails, man. This is going great, going great. Man, you must be real thirsty. You've taken 6 drinks in 6 seconds.
I just got done
Welcome.
shoveling my ice. Let's keep
Perfect.
filibustering so that Roman is swearing on the other side of this.
Hey, man, you're
He's
spoiled
swearing in
surprise, even
silence.
though
No
it's
one can hear him.
even though it's written in the description. Okay. This man needs no introduction. I've known him for 1 week longer than I've known Jeff, but he's a good man. He's never actually stabbed anyone that we know of, so we'll put that to rest. But please, everyone, give it up for Roman. There he
Hello,
is. Look at this guy. Oh man, man.
Three Stripe
Got the
Life.
tracksuit on. Oh, beautiful, beautiful, beautiful beard going. I like the cap. Welcome, Roman. Thanks for joining us today, man. We really appreciate it.
Hey, not a problem. I always like to participate in things that I get complimented in, so that's great. I
Oh
like
yeah,
talking
yeah.
about myself. I like others talking about me, so I could
You
spend a
bet.
whole hour. And
All right, let's do
I,
let's
I
do
I
that.
really don't think that the person that we almost got in a fight with had any issues with a home or a house.
I
Yeah.
don't think so either. Now
Yeah,
that
I think
now
he
that
was
you said
just
that,
there. I think he was
there was
just
something
trying.
about a pizza.
Yeah,
I
he
think
was
he just
asking us
wanted a pizza.
questions. We were not taking questions at the moment.
Yeah,
So
that's what you told him,
I,
right?
I did,
Yeah.
I did. Um,
We're not open to questions,
we
and I have an
walked
item.
away.
Yeah. We were outside of the Detroit casino. I think we were trying to find some food. Someone came up to us and started talking. I think. Oh, actually, you know what? Didn't they shove a pizza box into our faces, and then you reached for your knife to say, "Hey, man." Maybe you was like, "Oh, I'm gonna cut this pizza," and then put it into
I
different
mean,
slices for us to
always have a
eat.
knife on you. I think that's important to know. It makes you less afraid of people carrying pizza boxes
Yeah.
in the
So
middle of
that's
the
the
night.
purpose for your knife,
Yeah,
Karen? Is
yeah. And
is
actually,
for
you know
in
what? I
case
don't even
people
know.
need to get the knife.
I don't know how to operate this. Even is just the fact that it's in my pocket. Like it's just there. It's like if you're married and you have a wedding band, it's just there.
Mm-hmm.
Doesn't mean anything,
Yeah.
but
It's
it's
just part of
there
you.
and you can feel it.
So I carry a knife around because I regularly have a need to cut things. So like the
Like,
most common culprit is an Amazon box is going to get it.
yeah.
And but I'm like if I'm out in the backyard for more than an hour, I'm usually gonna need to cut something in that period of time.
But you probably
So
have a different knife for that.
um yeah I just had I have a I have a buck knife that I use for most things, but yeah, there's also box cutters strewn around out back. There's there's knives that I don't need to carry that
Mhm.
are just I'll call it strategically placed
Yeah.
in the event that something needs to be opened or modified in some way.
Yeah, this is pretty much like a security blanket, right? Like you don't actually use a security blanket as a blanket. Like you just have it, you cuddle with it, it's there.
Yeah.
Your dog chews on it a little bit. But
Yeah.
yeah, it's just there. You have other
You
blankets.
feel braver for having it with you.
Yeah, yeah. Plus, I mean, I had to protect you guys, right? Who knew what was going to happen?
Always. No
Even though
doubt, no
Jeff's like a
doubt. I
foot
was
taller than both of us and has the
But I'm
deepest voice.
oblivious. I'm oblivious until probably it's too late. So I do need probably some protection. But I walk around as if like I don't think I felt any sort of threat where the two of you probably were more in tune with what was going on. I'm kind of in my own place at all times, which has its advantages and disadvantages.
So what you're saying is that I probably picked up the pheromones that the Brandon was releasing.
Because he was scared.
Because he was scared.
Yeah.
And I felt that.
I think in that moment, Roman was fight, I was flight, and
Jeff was
was
pizza.
good night.
I was like, somebody say something about pizza. What's
Or
up?
he was all right, all right, all right. So anyway, that's a good segue. Roman has long spoke of this tradition. I don't know if you can call it a tradition, but this this thingy, which is called
gesture,
the
this
pickleback
action.
shot. Yes, the pickleback shot. We've mentioned it lots of times. I think I can't remember the first time we talked about it, but I think it incited curiosity in us, and we've always been like talking about picklebacks. We never really actually gotten around to it. So you generously procured some pickle brine for us to do this, and thank you very much for doing that. But could you just like tell us about A, what it is, and B, why you have such an affinity for it?
Yes. Thank you for that very long introduction, Brandon. So why? Because it has to deal with drinking. Why drinking? Because I'm originally Ukrainian. Well, I'm still Ukrainian. I don't know why.
You're no longer Ukrainian.
I am now always at heart Ukrainian, and we drink a lot. Although we drink vodka. And so none of this actually has anything to do with picklebacks except for the fact that pickles are amazing. And if you get an opportunity to be at a bar and you notice something called a pickleback and you happen to be a Ukrainian who likes pickles and drinking, that's probably a thing you're going to want to try and maybe even tell people about it. So why it has nothing to do with being Ukrainian, because it actually was not invented anywhere in Ukraine or Slavic regions or Russia or even on that side of the country. The pickleback was invented, about 10 or so years now. This is all public knowledge. It's on Wikipedia, I think. So we could change it if I got it wrong. But about 10 years ago in a bar in Brooklyn, I don't recall the bar's name, but it gained popularity in Brooklyn. Now, what this consists of is it's a two-parter. You take a shot of whiskey or something that's close to whiskey. The main idea here is that it's got to be so harsh that it scratches your throat on the way down. And the reason that it scratches your throat is for the follow-up shot. And the follow-up shot is the pickleback. That is a shot of pickling brine from pickles. And then all those scratches that were made in your throat get filled in with this delicious brine that makes you forget about the harshness of the liquor that you just drank. And, it's interesting. It's like one of those novelty things where you get two for the price of one, where you drop a shot into a beer, where you take a shot with fire coming out of it or something like that. But I happen to find it delicious. This is going back to my roots of liking pickles and liking all things pickled. I've tried good picklebacks, bad picklebacks, and what makes a pickleback, how you can rate it, is the pickling brine that's being used. I'm sorry to say, that Vlasic or any store brand or any generic brand big box store pickle is probably not gonna satisfy your cravings for a pickleback. And if you've never done a pickleback before, stay away from those because I don't want to ruin picklebacks for you. So that's pretty much the story. I first had a pickleback about 10 years ago. I talk about picklebacks all the time. It's something that kind of makes people wonder, like, that's weird. I wonder how that tastes. They never do it, as you heard these guys talk about it. So I thought, hey, maybe I can make these guys like picklebacks and have them try it. So the pickling brine that we got is of Russian-Ukrainian origin. The difference in the brines between the big box ones that you see here in the States is they don't use vinegar. You actually create a brine out of a salt water solution. You add herbs to it. You add things like garlic, chili potentially, and it takes a little bit of time to get that into the pickles and to infuse the brine, and then you get it into your fridge, and then you just munch on those pickles. So for me personally, that's the best type of pickleback. If there's pickles that you happen to just absolutely love, try their brine, but make sure it's absolutely not 100% just vinegar, because I can't guarantee what you're going to get with that as a follow-up shot to some very harsh whiskey. So Brandon, I don't know where you want me to go from there. It was a good little history lesson. You learned a lot about me, about my passion for pickles and things pickled. I didn't mention this, but I'm pickling now as well. So one of my favorite.
You're preserving yourself, or
I'm currently standing in brine. It is good for
delicious.
feet as well.
He's got that Walt Disney death plan.
Yep, it's good. But beyond pickles, actually, I do like a pickled vegetable or whatever you want to call it more, and that is garlic. Pickled garlic. Ooh. All day long, or pickled garlic scapes.
There's pickled garlic in here too, right? So how long has this been pickling for?
Yeah, so what you guys got came out of this. This was full. Where's this left, right?
It came out of your terrarium?
This is my terrarium. This actually didn't have anything besides pickles in it, maybe one garlic. So 2 days ago, I added some fresh garlic, some fresh dill, which is what makes the pickle, right? Dill, pickles, type of thing. And a little pepper guy that's supposed to be sweet, just to give it a little kick. So these are not going to be fully brined or pickled garlic, but they're there to give the brine a little bit more taste. And the dill is really nice for the freshness, and didn't make nearly enough. So, it'll be good.
That's right. Yeah. We've got a comment from our friend Mr. Keaty saying, "Hey, this is so interesting." And we got another comment that I don't know how to read. Maybe you do. Do you know how to read that, Roman?
I'm gonna go no, but I'm gonna also support a thing that NGO stands for. Genetically modified, or those are GMOs. I don't know. I don't know what Jen is trying to say.
All right. Well, we're good. We're good.
Jenny, if you want to write in Russian, we'll read that as well.
That's right. That's right. At least one of us can read that. So we are going to take turns trying this. Here's a close-up, I think. Let me see if I can get it in focus here. Okay. So we've got the pickle and the little tree things. Is that the dill?
That's the dill.
Yep. It's in a nice looking mason jar, like a hipster at a brewery, that might drink out of that. Those are really cool and impressive and stuff like that. Yeah, so we got some brine here.
I want those back, by the way.
Oh, for sure.
I'll give them back to you for sure.
We'll even wash them. So
I love my mason jars, so I get it.
Right. So how are you? So do you pour this into a shot glass and then do the whiskey and then the brine, or do you?
Yeah, I mean traditionally that's how you would do it at a bar. A little bit more civilized. But you could do whatever you want. You got a single shot there. Your guys' is a little easier to drink off than out of than a plastic container. So I will be pouring mine into a shot glass.
You'll pour it into a shot glass. All right, all
I've
right.
I've got a feeling here that so I've got a um, single barrel uh, bourbon, and this is really smooth. So at least for you know, as whiskey is concerned. So I
So I
might be
think
in
you're
trouble.
cheating. You're cheating a
I
little
might
bit.
be, but I kind of the way that you were describing kind of like these grooves being carved out of my esophagus and then all of the brine seeping into them. That was really appealing to me, and so I'm kind of regretful. Maybe I need to throw some gravel in my shot or something like that.
If you want to just go chew some glass, we can wait for you as well. But I think I also have to kind of gauge your love for all things pickled. Like I don't know if there's a scale, like 1 to 5, 1 to 10. Obviously, I'm off the scale. I love pickled things. What
That's yeah.
where would you guys be?
Where are you at, Brandon?
Um, I have to confess, this is a deep dark secret, but I've never actually eaten a pickle before, except for when you get a cheeseburger at McDonald's and then there's like the little one stuck to the bottom of there, and it's like I didn't see it, so I wasn't able to pick it off, and
Oh,
it's like,
yeah, pick those off, man.
so that's
You don't want those.
pick those off, yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm a little nervous, to try one and maybe gag, but if I start to go then turn off my camera or something like that. But yeah, I only know just like from the smell and maybe just like a hint of the taste of things that I've like sandwiches I've pulled them off, or sometimes you go to like a barbecue place and it's like sitting on the side and it kind of seeps into your coleslaw a little bit and stuff like that. So yeah, I've never really eaten pickles before, so I would say very low, like a 2 or so. Our friend Mr. Key says he'd be a half on a scale of 1 to 100. I would say I'm somewhere between like a 5 and a 10, something like that. So
On a
how's about
hundred
that?
scale
How's about
for
that?
you?
On a 100 scale, yeah.
On a hundred
Mr.
scale.
Keaty set our scale at 100, and let's do it. Let's do it. Okay. Um,
I
Yeah, where's Jeff?
yeah, I I love pickled things. Um, Pickled carrots. Do you like pickled carrots at all, Roman?
So I like pickled carrots in a different way, and it's I would call them pickled carrots, but it's more of a like a salad that you make out of a carrot that's been lightly pickled and cut super super thin, and then you kind of
Yeah,
put it together with some garlic. You could throw some mayo in there. I like it that way. Otherwise, if it's like super pickled, man, that consistency, that mush, sometimes is gonna get me.
it's got to be crisp. Like
Yeah, yeah, that's where we're at. If
any.
it's crisp, that's good.
So I like a good dill pickle. And then I do like vinegar. I really like vinegary things. Vinegar, sour, um, bitter are I prefer um, those kinds of things that fall into that flavor palette over something that's sugary, sweet.
Hmm.
Um, so like if I'm making a sandwich and I've got dill pickle chips, I'm making like a 4 or 5 layer pickle stack on top of my ham is
Hmm.
kind of how I do it. And then I like them as snacks. Like pickled vegetables are great, great snacks. I've never tried pickled garlic, and I don't know if I would be discerning, and I'm interested in this because I do like vinegary flavors, like I said. So I don't know how many pickled things I've had that are saltwater based or
Brine
other
itself,
based
yeah.
beyond with the brines. But I think on like a 10 point, like I don't know if I rival you in variety and knowledgeability about pickled things, Roman, but like my enthusiasm for pickled things is right where yours is at, and I will try anything.
Excellent. So that's very interesting. You guys are at a completely different ends of the spectrum. I almost feel like it's not going to be vinegary enough for Jeff, but maybe Brandon will now seek out brined pickles versus vinegar based pickles on it. So that's interesting. I'm interested in seeing how this
Okay.
goes. Now, Brandon, what are you
Right on.
drinking over there? What is scratching your throat?
All right. Well, so I started off the day thinking like, oh, I've got this Jim Beam that's been in my refrigerator for at least 9 years. Um, but then we had this discussion as we're chatting about prepping for this and how are we going to get the brine and all that kind of stuff like that. And then it came to my attention that you want it to be a rough not the smoothest of alcohol. You don't
Yeah,
because I've also
not
got
what Jeff
I've
has.
got a Glenlivet. Yeah. I've got a Glenlivet upstairs, and you're like, no, don't, no, that's already smooth. You want something that's going to feel like pipe cleaner going down your throat. So after I picked up the jar from your house, I went to the local liquor store, and I picked up. You know how they've got that little bowl on the front desk by the cash register full of dollar shots. I was like,
Hmm.
oh well, there's gonna be something gross in there, and I got this whiskey that is called Patty.
I saw that
I don't know
today.
if you can.
Yeah,
Nice.
I saw that.
Look
So
at the color on that. It looks like pea. Like, where's the
if
brown?
I mean if this doesn't look sketchy,
Is
I
that
don't
is
know
that a
what
heart?
does.
What's in the middle? It looks like a heart with all the
The different
different.
ventricles?
Yeah,
Yeah.
is that what it's being? Like you will need
Oh,
one of
it's
these when you're done.
I believe it's Ireland. It's like a um
Oh,
Oh.
it's an Irish
So
it's
whiskey.
it's a map.
I did
It's a map of
see
somewhere I've never been.
a bigger version of this, and on the bigger version there is a drawing of a gentleman. I believe that might be Patty.
Yeah,
Uh, and then
yeah.
for the same price, you can get it in a metal tin as well. So if
Oh,
you're taking it somewhere, you could seem fancy for the $14 you spent on it.
yeah. Well, it's from Middleton, Cork, Ireland. Paddy being the like a it's almost like a slur, isn't it, for Irish people? Um, like the paddy wagon. They don't say that anymore, do they? Maybe they do.
Yeah,
Um,
I think you're gonna have to
Anywho,
edit that out in post, man.
probably. So this is what I have. 99 cent whiskey.
Nice.
So I think that fits the bill for gross whiskey.
I'm gonna
So
say this
we'll
is
we'll do that.
probably the first time where the brine or what you have in that jar is worth much more than the alcohol that you're drinking to put it in.
Absolutely agree.
Indeed.
So,
Absolutely. All right. Well, why don't Roman you start us off. You show us how it's done
oh man.
and then we'll follow along.
All right. Well, let me first introduce you to what I'm drinking. I had to fight off the urge to get anything that was not bottom shelf, and what I got was standing right next to Patty. It's a big one. I picked it up first. I then Googled it, read the reviews, put it down, and went, I don't feel like this today. And then I came back and I still got it. So what I have first of all, this reminds me of a bottle of a Ford. This is a 40, just smaller. I
Ooh.
mean, it looks like a
Oh
40,
gosh.
right? And you're right. If we want to talk about derogatory terms, this is called Two
Yeah.
Gingers. This is Irish whiskey. It is actually a product of Ireland. So, yay. One up on whatever you got over there. And then there's a picture of these two lovely ladies. I don't know if we're going to see that. They're right there, anyways.
Oh.
So
Yeah.
that's what
Did
I
you call
got.
them ugly ladies?
No, I said these two ladies.
I had
Oh,
the
okay. This
strongest
is two
urge to
ugly ladies.
tap on the screen to bring it in
Focus.
focus.
To focus it.
All right. So what I'm going to do is I do have these two shot glasses, and I'm going to
Mhm.
fill them up. This has not been opened yet, so this is my first time.
You want to do
opening
it you want us to prepare while you prepare?
Yeah. This is so weird. This literally smells like mix. Like if you know what that is, like with the little bumblebee on it, like it's a 40. It's a beer.
Does it have beer in it?
No, that's the thing. I wanted to stay away from anything that was casket aged or barrel aged or anything. So this is straight up Irish whiskey. That's it. There's nothing in it.
Yeah.
All right. So I'm gonna fill one of these up. As a Russian tradition or Slavic tradition, we do not fill anything that's not standing. So I'm gonna do that down here. Don't ask me why. Probably because by the time you're drinking it, your hands are shaking, so you don't want to waste it. Oh, fudge. All right. So the second thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to fill up this other shot glass after I wipe this up with the brine I got left on here. Smells amazing. I don't know if you guys want to smell yours. So I am going to fill this up so you guys can see it.
Yeah.
Now, some people are gonna say, "Hey, man, that looks weird. That looks weird because it's cloudy."
Yeah.
You actually want your brine to be cloudy because that means it's working. Unlike the vinegar stuff, where the pickling agent is vinegar, it's just seeping into whatever you are pickling. The brine promotes growth of that bacteria that brines and pickles or preserves the whatever you have in the jar, and that's why it's cloudy.
So you want your brine to be the opposite of your urine.
I'm not a doctor, so maybe. All right.
I assume it's bad if your pee comes out cloudy.
So am I going first?
Yeah. You got to show us the way. You're teaching us.
Okay. Whiskey first. Pickle at the back of this. All right, here it goes. As we say.
And what's the thing you say?
Well, I said two things. Do you want like the good one, or do you want like the guy rated MA version?
The one that you taught our friend Mr. Keaty, I think. Remember when we were so I guess that was the clean version. Yeah.
Yeah. So that's the most typical one. It sounds close in Ukrainian and Russian and Polish, but it's basically na zdоровье, and that means to your health, and it has nothing to do with whiskey or Ireland, but I'm sure that they have something just like that. So here you go. Here we go. Na zdоровье. Oh yeah, that tastes horrible.
So you got to do the chase right away, or do you have to let it linger a little bit, or does it matter?
Oh, that's better.
So
what
just happened? What just happened?
What happened?
I mean, what did you experience just now?
Oh, God,
how was it?
Okay, so first I felt like Jack the Ripper got into my throat and started playing with my tonsils. There's a tear. You guys can't see it, but there is a tear that has formed on one of my eyes. From how amazing.
So you say na zdоровье, and then you immediately wreck your health.
Yeah, but it's good because I gave it a little bit of a breather. I didn't want to chase it right away. Now, if you drink vodka or other things where you chase and you reach for that juice or whatever thing, this is different. We're not chasing with a sugary substance. It's not juice. It's not meant to just make you forget about this. And that's where I followed up with the Pickleback. And what the Pickleback did is coated my throat and kind of say, hey, it's okay. It's all right. Here's a blanket, like one of those, that you see that come in the cellophane, and the cops always put it on somebody who's in shock because they're also cold, I guess, all the time. That was my throat. That was my throat at that time. And then I drank the pickle juice or the pickling brine. And I describe it in one way, but I want to I want to keep that from you guys for now, and see if you
Until
have the same
afterwards.
thoughts towards it of how I describe it usually. Um, all I can say right now is I want to eat the pickle, and I want to drink the rest of its brine because it's really good, and I never want to open this again.
How
You guys
much
want to come
was two
over?
gingers?
I got a whole bottle of this.
All right. How much was that? Two gingers.
$14.99 for a 750.
My goodness.
Yeah.
You could have had 14 patties.
Well, so Patty was Brandon. Patty
Yeah.
was sitting right next to the two gingers in your choice of bottle or bottle inside decorative tin for the same price of $20.
Ooh,
So Patty was more expensive. So I actually have.
that is interesting.
I'm very interested in how well Patty's going to do going down your throat.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. The I want to respect you not describing the why for this, but I want to make sure I got clarity on the timing. So we want to have brine on our throat as soon as possible with the whiskey still there. There's not anything gained with. I want to make sure the experience is what it should be.
Right.
And so you
So
don't.
I would say don't follow it up right away.
Okay.
Take the shot, swallow the shot, make it go, that's horrible. And then when you realize that, oh my gosh, why did I just drink this? Pickle and brine. So Jeff, I don't know how it's going to work with your fancy drink over there, where you're basically just going to go, oh, that's nice, I'll have another. So I think you're going to have to do that. I don't know, count, do like shot 1, 2, 3, throw it back. Brandon, you probably want to have the pickling brine shot ready as soon as
I think you're right.
It touches your lips.
I think you're right. So I need to psych myself up more for that. So, yeah.
That's got a good crunch. I'm really looking forward to getting these gone so I can eat the pickles. But I know I got to be patient.
This is the reward at the end.
Rate my pronunciation, which basically means rip me apart. It's Nostorovia.
Okay, so it's 2 words.
Okay.
So don't say it nostrils, which is what sounds like you're saying.
Okay.
It's easy. Na.
Nah.
Now the other word is hard because it starts with a Z and the second letter is a D. And then you can't comprehend how those two get together. But it's zdarovia. Na zdarovia. Just if you say fast enough. So just say, as long as I hear you say na, little pause so I understand that there's a second word. Na zdarovia.
Zdarovia.
I love it.
All right.
I love it. Does this mean that Jeff's going next? Let's do it. Yes.
Give me some time to psych myself up a little more.
I think you got to add another dash between the na and the zda. So it's na zdarovia.
Oh,
Na zdarovia.
Okay.
Na zdarovia. You got it. All right. Let's see this.
You are right. I just want to keep drinking that.
Just go with the brine now. I feel like you've got too long already.
Wow. Yeah.
You doing all right?
Do you need a moment? Do you want us to come back to you?
That is that's unreal. Do you want me to wait for you, Brandon? Then we
I say let's wait for Brandon.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
But you are now free to eat the pickle.
Oh, good.
Oh yeah.
So let me know when you guys want me to start talking with you or listening to you again, because this will take me out of things.
All right. I'm gonna fill my shot glass here. So stall for me. Talk about this pickle that you're chomping on. How's that feel? That sounded dirty.
This is amazing.
These are good, right? This is the power of brine with no vinegar.
They yeah. It doesn't have the bite that a vinegary a pickle would have, but that that saltiness is really
Mhm.
really good.
And that crunch, right? So the one thing I
Mhm.
really hate about the vinegar-based ones, especially ones you get at the store, right? So they're not necessarily just the dill pickle, but like the pickle, is they look like they're gonna crunch, but they
Mhm.
don't. And then the inside like looks like a pickle, but you don't know what's happening there.
A
Yeah.
lot of crunchies.
So I see in the chat we're talking about gherkins. I think we could do a whole other episode about gherkins because they bring a completely different flavor to what's happening here. Not what they're in, not their brine or anything, but the cucumber pickle, whatever you want to call it itself. That deserves its own recognition.
Mm.
There's
I didn't know that's how you spelled gherkin.
there's a building in London that they just call the Gherkin. It
Yeah.
looks like a. Are you praying
All right.
that this goes
A little
okay?
bit. I'm praying that there isn't video evidence of me hurling. So, I'll. But no, I'm in it. I'm in it to win it. Let's. Okay. I've got my shot glass here of the brine. It's from Hard Rock, Las Vegas. I don't even know if that's still a thing. Um, it smells. I mean, it smells exactly what I imagine pickles taste like. So, this. So this
Oh
smells
man.
exactly to me
Is that what patty
like
smells like?
when you know when you go to a dorm room and they have all of their empty cans like lined against the wall in a stack like in the windowsill, and
Mm-hmm.
then the smell of all of the Bush Light and the Natty Light
Oh gosh.
and the Bud Ice kind of wafting into one congealed smell.
Your
That
description of that
it's
is so perfect.
Yeah, I love it.
like I took you there, didn't I? Like
I'm
that's
seeing
the
these smells. Yes.
So,
I'm
so Brandon,
seeing.
I have a concern. I have a
okay.
concern that you're not going to drink that whole thing because it's in that bottle.
Isn't this one shot?
It is one shot, but you're getting constrained by the neck. You got to get the airflow going. I mean, this is basically Das Boot of whiskey that you're trying to achieve right now.
I need to turn it
Yeah, you gotta
drink
turn it.
it.
So if you do have another shot glass, I
I'll
think you might
stall.
benefit from that.
We can stall. Good. You got a
You want to
shot
stall?
glass? Yeah.
I can find one. I can find one. Yeah. Stall for me. Stall for
Roman.
me.
These
Yeah,
these are these are a double. So
I
I
like
had
it.
and then they're from our wedding.
You and me.
Yeah, you and me. And uh they were they had Voda candles in them when during the first part of the reception,
Mm-hmm.
and then all the Voda candles got dumped out when the bottles of whiskey got handed around.
Nice. Now imagine. So did you guys have like a walk-up bar kind of thing at the wedding,
We got
or
married
neighborhood?
at our wedding was at a different spot than the reception.
Okay.
But the reception was at a VFW hall, and it had a bar in because it's a VFW. It had a
Yeah.
bar in the hall.
I'm just thinking. Those fancy little like summertime picnic juice things that are giant and have a little spigot at the bottom of it.
Oh
Little drip
yeah.
top. Think of bar with a giant one of those with just pickles in it for the brine,
My goodness.
right?
All right.
And you get served this whiskey shots all the time, and you just get your own little cups next to it. So, Brandon, are you with us? You're with us now?
I'm here. I because I have the AirPods in, I could hear you as I went upstairs to get this, and I heard you talking about shot glasses from your wedding. Was that right, Jeff?
Yeah.
So this is really funny. This shot glass is from a wedding that I was in, and it has my name and the date of their wedding. I don't remember whose wedding this was. So it was
Best
like
wedding ever.
yeah, I've been in 12 weddings, no joke. So I've got all these groomsmen gifts, from I've got a flask with my name on it. I've got this shot glass, but I don't know who. I guess I could probably reverse
How
engineer
incredibly
from the
humble of
date.
them to like put your name on that. I mean,
Right.
for ours, it says Jeff and Julie. Like we put our names all over that stuff.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Like,
but you know what?
yeah,
Everyone from Jeff's wedding knew where the shot glass came from.
mhm.
that's right. That's right. This wedding, just Brandon, 814.
I really wish that there was something on the
04.
bag that said something like "Never forget."
It says
You
things
know?
remembered,
So
and I didn't. I didn't
Roman,
remember.
Yeah,
if I eat this garlic, is it
yeah.
not gonna? Should I not touch this garlic because if I'm gonna have pickled garlic, I should like actually have it be pickled.
Well, no,
And
just
this,
just go into it knowing that that is not pickled garlic. That is just garlic that has been in pickling brine for 2 days.
man, garlic is so. It's like
I love
it's like a
garlic.
super onion.
I love garlic. All right, Brandon, come on.
All right, I'm putting some paper towel down so I don't get stuff on my
case you
keyboard.
puke?
In case, no, just like splashback and I don't know.
Tell me your serial killer without telling me your serial killer.
I am putting down some plastic so that my DNA does not. Okay, never mind. All right, we're gonna do this. We're gonna do this. Here we go. So for this one, because this is probably very poor quality whiskey, less time between the two shots. Would you recommend that, Roman?
Yeah, you
Or
might
just
have
let
to
it burn?
follow that up right away.
I'm- Okay. Got them both here.
Nazdarovia.
Nazdarovia?
Yeah. just like
Nazdarovia?
that.
What's the dirty one? Don't tell us what it is, but just say it.
So say it in Russian.
Yeah. And then that way we're covered.
Чтоб хуй стояло, деньги были. It is
Shastus
it's
the
very much
dingable.
male-oriented toast.
Ah. Pickle shaped, I bet. I bet it's pickle shaped.
I don't want to ruin the shot you're about to take.
Right.
All right, quit stalling, man.
All right. I'll do it. Okay. Here we go with Patty's Irish whiskey, followed by the brine. Okay. Nazdarovia.
That was
Did I say it right?
horrible. No.
Nazdarovia.
Na zdarovia.
Siri thought I was talking to her. Cancel.
That's how you know you messed up.
Hey, take the H out of it.
Yeah, there's no Z. It's not ZH. Na zdarovia.
Nazdarovia.
Yeah, that's good.
Close enough. All right.
Ooh, too long.
Yeah, that's. I'm crying for sure. It was interesting though. It was okay. Didn't gag, so that's good, right?
Okay.
That was really interesting. Jeff, say the thing that you were thinking, and I'll tell you if that's. Oh, we got another one here.
Yep.
You're up to 3 gingers, or 4, 4 gingers now.
Well, I was just thinking about the. I wonder if there's a way that people talk about picklebacks and a way about whiskey. And I would rather tell people that I had two gingers in my throat than Patty. So it's just me.
Fair enough. I'll take that.
All right. Do we want to cut to Jeff's reaction or Brandon because
Yeah,
it's
let's
so
do it.
still in there?
Go, hey
do that,
Brandon,
let's do that.
just go with you first. I can hold a little
me-
longer.
Okay. All right. Hold it in because I got Patty in my mouth. So yeah, it was bad whiskey for sure. Definitely tastes like every run of the mill cheap stuff that you get your freshman year of college. Because that's all you can get your hands on, or that's all you can afford. So that was very familiar, and it's something that I haven't done shots of really crappy stuff in a long, long time. So that was interesting. Um, and then the pickle on it. I mean, it was almost like when you've got a cough, you've got a sore throat, and then you drink like the Nyquil, and it coats the lining of your throat so that it doesn't hurt anymore. It was really weird. It was kind of like icy hot. It's like ooh hot, ooh
We do
cool.
not promote drinking icy hot.
Do not people at home. This is not an endorsement, but it is brought to you by Icy Hot. First it's cool, then it's hot.
Wasn't there a dance that
Yeah,
Shaq
no,
used to do? Didn't Shaq did a
Yeah, he
whole
goes.
thing for icy hot?
yeah,
Ooh, ooh.
ooh, yeah. So yeah, it was really weird because it does. I mean, it was of such a poor quality, the whiskey, that it um, did tingle, you know, and um, and then the pickle, like it wasn't even an overwhelming pickle taste, like
Mhm.
I was expecting it to be um, like really really intense pickly tasting, and it really wasn't. It was very it was not bad at all.
Jeff,
I
Jeff, do you
I
want to
I
see
would
Brandon bite the pickle?
Yeah,
I think we want to see you eat that pickle.
because
you
you've
want to see
never
me eat a
eaten a
pickle?
pickle that's not a McDonald's pickle.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, if that's the taste of them, then I think it's
Oh, don't use a
I think it's
fork.
okay.
Don't use a
Well,
fork.
just I don't want to
You
splash
just
pickle
you just
juice all
big
over my
patties,
work
man.
computer.
You
Use
just
use
big patties.
God's forks.
You stab it with your fingernail.
God's forks. Are you kidding
Was
me?
was that a trident?
Come on. Okay.
Viewers should know
How?
that Brandon's mouth of this jar is about half the size of Jeff's.
Okay. So I'm gonna take a bite,
Yeah, I
just like a
mean,
regular old bite.
get some fork in there.
It's
Plastic
crunchy.
break off in your mouth.
I will say the
That's
bell
not
peppers
bad.
taste like bell peppers. Like the brine didn't hit the bell peppers at all.
No, not at all. And they were advertised as sweet, which I don't feel like is on point either.
But I like
I'm
bell
gonna another bite.
peppers, so it's a good inclusion.
All right, Brandon just went in for number two, bite number two. That's good. I
You
think
know,
that's a
I've
win.
I've always big time. I think my experiences with the pickles that I have accidentally tasted, they're soggy and they're disgusting, and they've probably sat in a
How do you
um
accidentally taste it? Are we still talking
yeah
McDonald's?
yeah,
Did
we're
you
talking
perhaps
about
the word? You
McDonald's.
just I just hear Brandon go, Was that just a pickle in my mouth?
Hmm.
Did you touch my butt?
Or are you happy to see me?
All right.
Hey, Mr. Keaty, thank you for stopping by. We appreciate it. We hope to talk to you soon. Um, wow. Yeah, that's not bad.
It
I
made
would
it
actually
better,
eat
huh?
that again.
Right?
I will eat the rest of this jar. I'll tell you that much.
Nice.
And yeah. So this is my first experience eating pickles, and I gotta say I don't mind it one bit, and I think I might do another shot with the Jim Beam and the brine.
That's a good thing to
I
do.
might
Pour
I
it
do
just
up.
did another shot and
Saw
with the
that.
rest of the brine that I had, so it would be recent. The feeling that I had was that I don't really like drinking with a chaser because it defeats the purpose of
Drinking.
tasting the alcohol. What's nice about I mean the highlight is the brine. The brine tastes delicious. I would drink the brine as a water replacement throughout the day. It's not harsh. It's like it's almost it's an electrolyte drink. I think literally it is. With it's not sweet, and I think that's the big selling point for me. With the whiskey. So this is bourbon, but it's bourbon whiskey, and I think if anyone, Mr. Katie, do you know the difference between bourbon and whiskey? Is it like an actual like? Of course, Mr. Keaty might not know this. I don't think
I
Mr.
think he
Keaty is.
left. I think he had to
Yeah.
go.
Okay, but like, do you all know whiskey versus bourbon? Is it part of the distilling process, or is it more on region where it's from?
I actually think it's a little bit about ingredients and aging process.
Okay.
So I think bourbon, and I could be off, completely off. My expertise is vodka and very bad tequila, but I think bourbon is heavily corn based, believe it or not, and then aged a little bit differently than whiskey.
Okay. And then whiskey is, what is it, wheat based or is it barley based? Or
Sounds great. Sounds good to me. Are we going to Google this?
we're
All right.
going to the Google. Dominoes. Let's get Dominoes. It feels
What are we
like
looking up?
Oh man, if there was, what they need to do is they need to have like Domino's or whatever these other places that have a flavored crust. I want a dill flavored crust.
dill flavored crust would be dope.
I would love that.
I would eat that. I would get that. Because all the crust types are like, so Roman, on the count of three, what's the best crust flavor? One,
Oh,
two, three. Cajun.
Cajun. Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely. Did we just become best friends?
We did.
Synchronicity.
I will say it's a toss up because I don't always feel like Cajun. Garlic butter sometimes sneaks in, but Cajun, the fact that you get the seasoning on your fingertips after eating it, and that's just like a little nugget of happiness that's left over after the pizza's gone, that's where it's at.
Ooh, ooh, ooh.
So
All bourbon is whiskey, but not all whiskey is bourbon. I think that's the key thing here.
Correct.
I think we figured it out.
So
we figured it out.
So
Wait,
whiskey.
so that's the difference?
Bourbon is a type of whiskey. That's what it's saying. Yeah. Okay.
Mhm.
But so what, to kind of round out my thought there, they work together, and the brine kind of like just kind of brings in the saltiness, but doesn't take away from the heat of the alcohol, and so then it makes you it leaves you with a warm feeling without the harshness. I think Patty hit Brandon within the last minute or so here.
Brandon has
I'm
now successfully
wasted.
Brandon has had Patty and Jim in his mouth in the last 20 minutes.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have it totally roasted just to top things off. here.
Ooh, no. Ooh, that's bad.
What?
We're gonna need to check up on you tomorrow.
It's been a long week, Roman. You don't even understand, man. It's been a long week. I've just had meetings like nonstop.
I got
and
a
I'm
beer
just
fridge
trying
right
to,
here.
like,
I'm
relax
not gonna let
and-
you.
All right.
Let you go alone.
Okay, so before Brandon can no longer comprehend what I'm talking about, my first experience with a pickleback, I automatically related the taste, and this happens every time I go back to it, I mean, the only way I could say this is it was the same thing as eating a deli sandwich. If you ever had a really good fresh deli sandwich that has pickles, that has a nice fresh bread, that has whatever meat of choice you want on it, for whatever reason, that's what I feel like when I do a pickleback. It's like I'm eating a deli sandwich. And I love deli sandwiches. And I don't mean Subway. I don't mean Jimmy John's. I mean, Brooklyn, New York, Jewish style, pastrami to the sky type of thing, all up
Carnegie
in your mouth.
Deli, like nice.
Sourdough bread,
Rye,
the
kraut.
freshness, the rye, the freshness of all the ingredients coming through in that. And I'm talking this right now. I'm like, man, I wish we had that type of deli right around where I'm at right now. I know there's a deli. It's not the same thing. I literally want like just rye bread right now.
Now, is it the so I think I'm tracking. The analogy here is the distinct elements are all good
Mm-hmm.
and they remain distinct, but they also they lightly come together.
Yeah,
We're not talking about a stew where everything's just
no,
all together. And we're not talking about everything being, just complete. It's not a charcuterie board
right.
where everything is completely separated from one another. They're lightly melded, but you can all the distinct and different properties are there
Yeah,
because
the
I
best way that
resonate with that.
yeah, the best way that I could think of it, and this is gonna get super visual, is if you think of the layers of the sandwich, and as you bite down on that sandwich and you hit it layer by layer, and it's so fresh and so good, and those individual parts of Jeff that you're talking about, you can distinctly taste them, but they are part of a whole.
Yeah.
And then you know when you're going to be done with that bite, that's going to be the sandwich. But right now, you're at the top of the bread. You made it through the whatever, the meat or the mayo or the mustard, whatever. I mean, whatever deli sandwich floats your boat. That's what I related it to.
I this is like lower rent than this because I definitely think that a deli sandwich is in a different class level. And it's in the same class level like you talked about, like a true like New York style Jewish deli sandwich that you're talking about. Um, that's like parallel to this class level because especially for me. For you guys, you had like trash and then like really good stuff. I had like good
Right.
stuff and good stuff, and I think it still worked. I don't think it needed to assault your throat to get to that point.
I wonder
Um,
if you had the same experience as us though, because I
I might
think
not have.
the invention of this whole thing was to sort of soften the effects of the low quality whiskey, right? The
Yeah.
low quality alcohol. So it's like we can make use of this bull crap, and then we can and be fine with it because remedy was like it's like the
That's a really good
antidote.
point. So yeah, because I had a different experience over here. What I had was like creme de la creme. I gotta think because I gotta think that this brine was delicious. Like I said, I would drink this brine all day to hydrate. Um, the uh, um, the bourbon is also something that like is really smooth. I mean, it's a bourbon that I would drink on a regular basis because I do drink it on a regular basis. So I didn't have the same experience as you. It was still great. Together, I think it was really great because in uh, the thing the thing that I think here is that the brine doesn't have a coating, like a complete coating factor. It allows that bourbon to stay there, and that's what I want. I don't want to I don't want to chase it completely
Mm-hmm.
away. But what you all probably had was like it's kind of a nirvana principle, right? Like you're released from pain and suffering, and there is joy in that in itself. So I'm rating this on just these are top-notch ingredients, right? Like
Right.
it's like
Mm.
um, a Michelin starred chef, um, just working with the best of the best. You're working with the worst of the worst and going to something that's like an oasis, right? So your
Mm.
experience probably is a little bit different than mine because of that.
Well, yeah. Well, I mean, you're going from bourbon, good, brine, good, and for us, going like low quality, it's almost like the sensation of going like when you are out in you're in a hot tub, right? And then you jump into the pool and it's really cold, and then you jump back into the hot tub, and then your body goes from one extreme to the other, and then there's like this weird like relief after that. In the same way, you have really crappy experience, with this whiskey, low quality ginger whiskey, not ginger whiskey. It's just called ginger. Um,
I hope my wife
and
doesn't
then
hear this at all.
I know, man. I was thinking
Does she
about
have a
her. I
sister?
was thinking about her. She's not watching. I hope. Oh my god.
No,
You know
she's
what? I
taking
think
care of children, so
Yeah.
it's not a live
she's
thing.
yeah.
If she hears this, it will be after the fact, but she doesn't listen to my stuff.
So
That's okay.
it's interesting to me because we also talked about this, or we haven't really, or I don't refer to the shot of pickling brine as a chaser.
No,
And I think that's why this is a drink called the Pickleback, right? It
Yes.
consists of two parts, right? Because what Jeff's talking about, to me, like I think much like you, Jeff, like I don't chase. I hate chasing. I don't, even if it's vodka that if it's good quality shouldn't have a taste, right?
vodka can be a chaser. That's the only acceptable chaser to me. If I'm gonna hit whiskey and I'm
Chase
gonna
with
chase it with
vodka?
anything, it's vodka, and now some pickle brine is acceptable as well
Yeah.
because it won't completely erase it.
Yeah, but I'm thinking like of all those people you see at the parties or whatever, and as soon as they take a drink, they got another cup right next to it. It's got like freaking diet cherry 7-Up or something in it. It's usually fruity, sugary, something. And I think it really boils down to, why are you here in the moment? Like, what are you trying to do? Are you trying to get wasted? Or are you enjoying yourself? And the whiskey's going to do that with the help of the pickling brine. Versus, how much vodka can I get down in the smallest amount of time, shortest amount of time? And thank you, 2 liter of 7-Up, for helping me on that journey type of thing, right? I think that's how I look at it. I don't know if I've ever been like at a bar, like a proper bar, where somebody asked for a chaser. Because I think people that go to a bar, a proper bar, you're there for an experience. You're probably sharing it with somebody, and it's almost like, hey, this Pickleback thing, that's going to be all right. That's a thing we're going to share. Versus, I'm just here to get drunk.
Yeah. I think that's a good point. That's a good point.
That's some Alan Watts shit for you right there.
But what makes a proper bar? I guess. Like I wasn't. I
thought somebody would bring that up. In my definition of proper, I think proper wasn't the right word. I think really more. I was really more thinking about upscale, or somewhere in between a bar and a bar that caters to a specific clientele. No, it doesn't have to be pinky up, but I'm thinking like, okay, if you're at a bar or a drinking establishment that is known for whiskeys, right? Like you go there for whiskeys. I don't know if they'll have a Pickleback. You might get thrown out if you ask for that, because they shouldn't have whiskeys that require a Pickleback. So
right.
I think it's somewhere in between your local and, Manhattan, whatever. You're talking about like the Michelin star, you go there to get things. And I think you're seeing a lot of those pop up in the last decade or so all around the world. There are bars that used to be, just very local. Like you might go there to get a beer, but then people started doing things like working with local only ingredients. They started infusing things. They started trying to figure out different recipes and making different cocktails. To me, like, I feel that's a place for the Pickleback, because they're going to come at it with, okay, this is the whiskey we're doing with. It's not this bottom shelf whiskey. We get it from the mountains of Japan or something. But it's good ingredient, but we got even better brine, and we got even better brine because we got this grandma in Korea, in South Seoul somewhere. She's been making these pickles with the kimchi infusion or something like that. Like that's where I see the future of this going, and I feel like the pickleback has a place there, and that's why I think it's great that it's not a chaser, and I think that's great that you approach it as I'm gonna have this drink.
Well, it's part of the experience, right? Have you ever done a concrete mixer? Are you
Like from
familiar
my
with that?
driveway, or
No, there was this
At Culver's.
yeah, are you talking about ice cream?
No, I mean I love those. Don't get me wrong. You get peanut butter cups and hot fudge, but no. There's a shot where it's like I think it's sour mix and
Mm.
Bailey's or yeah Bailey's Irish cream, and you do one shot, you hold it in your mouth, and then you do the other, and it congeals in your mouth like a concrete mixer, like wet concrete, and then it's like curdles in your mouth. And
Yeah, I
this
was
was
gonna
like a
say
thing
you're
in
talking
college.
about like milk
You're really
spoiling in my
selling this.
mouth.
You're
It's
really
kind of
selling
like that,
this.
I guess.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that
No, I'm not
I would
saying it's
need I would
good.
need to put some sheets down for that. Let me tell you, because
To
the last
murder
time
the
that happened,
creator.
let me tell you this sidebar conversation. Monster has these coffee drinks. These Monster
Sure. Yeah.
Energy has these
Java.
coffee drinks. Yeah, Java something or other. I used to love those until I got one that literally like it was the milk one has gotten
Curdled.
bad
Yeah.
inside it, and I did not know, and I drank it, and I've not had one since then.
I don't blame you. I don't
So
blame
I
you.
don't think
But
I'll
I
be
mean, it's it.
ordering a concrete mixer. Although
Well, but
maybe on
it's
another
it.
episode, if you want to try to make me like one,
Ooh, this is just gonna become an alcoholic show. No, I mean, but like I think there's a lot of
second it.
novelty shots, right? That or drinks or anything like that.
Yeah.
That is, it's just about the experience of it, right? It's not anything special on its own, but it's like I think you were talking about the Irish car bomb earlier, where it was like you
Mhm.
drop a shot of whiskey in the beer and then you drink them both together, and that's just like something fun to do to pass the time and say like, hey, I want a sex on the beach, LOL, or
You know, I don't
I'm
call
never
it an
going to a
Irish.
bar with Brandon. I'm just going to put that out right there.
I
And
don't
you
call it an.
embarrass me. I think, and Jeff, I know I cut you off. I'm sorry, but I think it's
It's
about
okay.
an emotional attachment. I think really is where I'm getting at, because all the things that you're talking about, maybe Sex on the Beach has a deep psychological meaning for you, and it's the most amazing thing you've ever had in your mouth. I don't know.
yes.
Jeff?
I don't know how to follow that. No, I can't. I can't continue. I'm just gonna shout out. I'm gonna shout out Old Nation because I'm digging Fritz. It's
Old Nation.
the it's kind of cool that loggers are like hipster, um, like in now after that big like IPAs seem like such a complex thing. Um, I what I was gonna say is that like these names for drinks can really like shade who should be drinking them and when they should be drank. Um, but like for example, I like to put every once in a while I like to put a shot of this in a really good lager to just kind of because lagers are lower in uh, alcohol volume and I don't really like to drink more than one one drink at a time anymore. So like just every once in a while, just pouring a shot of this into a lager like really kind of changes the flavor profile of it. And you know, Roman talking about proper, I read that to be like the older I got, the more I cared less about getting shit-faced drunk, and the more I liked just the experience of sharing conversation and having something that was like really complex to sip on while I was having that conversation. So like when you said that, Roman, one, I thought of places I've been that I've had that experience. And then two, I've thought about, man, the last 2 years, that's been my kitchen. I I haven't been to a place like that in a while, and like seeing and smelling and being in that space, I really miss that. Like I consume alcohol a lot less, and I have like a lot less of these, you know, philosophical and like deep conversations that I have with friends. I've had a lot less of those recently, and it makes
You've had a
me
lot less friends.
makes me miss it. They've all left me because I'm such a dick.
On the next episode,
We're gonna make Jeff like people.
I thought we would make us
Well,
like
people like Jeff. Yeah,
Make
exactly.
people like Jeff. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. No,
I think-
there's. Go ahead. Go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say I really relate to what you're talking about, Jeff, especially about the lack of a need to get shit faced, and the not necessarily one, but like it's almost like the experience of having the experience. I know it sounds weird, but I want to try the new things. I want to bring something new to the table. I want to make other people try it, and that's much more than just saying, "Hey, what's the highest alcohol content with the lowest dollar price
Right.
that I could get?" Because I just want to forget last week, type of thing. You know, that's a completely different thing, and it's yeah, that's not been easy recently.
Mm-hmm.
For sure, for sure. And you know, when you're talking about the experience, you know how Moscow mules have been like, you know, maybe 5-10 years ago. That was like the big thing is like, oh, you give your ID and they'll give you a copper mug and you drink out of that and you do all that kind of stuff like that. And it was about the experience, right? It wasn't. I mean, that's not an amazing drink. It's not, you know, out of this world different. It's just that experience was different, and that was something to look forward to and talk about, and oh, hey, this place has got really cool Moscow mules, and you know, you'd go there and you'd hang out with your friends after work, and you talk about some stuff. But you know, that's you know, similar to this. It's something to do, you know. It's something different than we usually do. I'm usually drinking a Truly after school. I haven't been in school in 26 years. I don't know what I'm talking about.
That's a really good comparison, though.
Drinking it
because,
truly after school? Is that
That's
what you
what all the
give me
kids-
or something? Like, what is it?
Yeah,
That's what all
they
the
didn't have
kids
Trulies
do.
back then. We had Zimas, and you'd put little Jolly Ranchers in them so it wouldn't taste
Oh
so
shit,
bad.
Zimas.
Coming back.
I've never had a
Coming back.
Zima, but it's been
Oh,
implanted in my
man.
mind because of all the Super Bowl commercials in the 90s.
You don't
when I
even
was a kid.
know,
I,
bro.
Have
You
you
don't
ha-
even know,
have you had a Zima?
Absolutely.
dude.
I've never
in
had
high
a Zima.
school. Yeah. Or after high school, I should say. You know, the late 90s when Zima was kind of like a thing. We would get Zimas because it was on the Super Bowl and it was on all these commercials and stuff. And it's like, but it kind of tastes not great because it's malt liquor. And then you'd get Jolly Ranchers and you put them in there and let it ruminate a little bit, and then you know, taste a
That's the
fruity,
chaser,
fruity
right?
little malter.
Zima
That's
was
a chaser.
Zima was before its time. If you look at all the stuff that's out here right now, the low carb, bubbly, truly, whatever these things, it is Zima. You are drinking Zima with a different picture on it. You know, and that's the thing. It's like, you know what? Why don't you just sit your ass down, put on reruns of Celebrity Deathmatch on YouTube or something, and drink a Zima.
Yes.
Truly.
Yes. If you want to see Carrot Top fighting MC Hammer, Celebrity Deathmatch.
Absolutely.
To be fair, I have not had a Truly or a, what are some of the other hard seltzers?
Ride the wave.
Oh yeah.
White Claw.
There's Bud Light Seltzer, White Claw.
White
High
Claw
Noon.
is like
There's
White Claw is
Corona.
like the Kleenex of hard seltzers, right?
Oh, not
Like
anymore.
Oh, yeah.
Not anymore.
No? Truly
No,
is?
you should see what I got in my fridge. Is White Claw's attempt at going
us
hard
there.
at it.
Take us there. Where's your-
8%. No, I don't want to because I've had them in there for like 4 months and they've not been drank yet. Because after I got all the 4 different varieties, after 4, I was done. I'm like, this tastes like jet fuel, and it's only 8%. It's like jet fuel with a hint of a Jolly Rancher cranberry. Is what it is.
No, hard pass.
That should be 40%.
Patty's is 80 proof. Just so you
That's
know,
the
Patty's
40%,
80
yeah.
proof.
Well, I mean, that's a whiskey. It shouldn't be anything lower than that.
This is this. Ooh, can you read it or no?
No.
Kind of. I can
It's
see your ring
100.
light though. 100 proof?
100 proof. There it is.
100 proof. There you go. Good stuff. Good stuff.
See, so going back to it again, you got something that's 100 proof that tastes like it's a 14%. You know, we got something that's 80 proof that tastes like it's 150 proof. You know, that's the
It
experience.
tastes
that
like
we
it was
had.
pressed from potatoes and
Yeah.
Careful, Brandon.
distilled under a mattress.
Good things come from pressed potatoes.
That's right. That's right. So, Roman, this has been such a treat to, first of all, I haven't seen you in person very much, in 2 years. I haven't seen anybody in 2 years, so I'm so happy to see you and talk to you and be able to have this experience with the both of you. Care about you guys so much. This is nice. I like. I shouldn't say that yet. We should go to the.
He's got to
promo.
propose the question. So
Watch this.
yeah.
Watch this. Watch this. Watch this.
Wait. Was I supposed to ask that?
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, go
do
ahead,
it
go ahead,
again.
go ahead.
Can I
Go
try?
ahead.
Ask the
Yeah.
question and then
No.
hit the frame again.
Yeah.
Okay,
Can
okay.
I ask you that? All right, hold
Yeah,
on.
go ahead. Go ahead.
I need to get into character. So, did you like it? Hit the button, damn it! Did you get the from The Sims?
It sounds like. Oh, ba-da-ba, zoom-a-doo-ba-da. Oh, jibba-da.
Maybe that little pickleback.
Yeah. I've never liked pickles in my entire life, and I think we even did an episode of this show which was make me like pickle sandwiches, where Jeff was trying to make me like using pickles as bread, and you put the meat and cheese in between it, and you eat that like a sandwich. I didn't do it. Sorry, didn't do my homework. But this being my first experience with pickles in general, let alone drinking brine for entertainment and fun.
It has health benefits.
It does have health. It's probably good for your thyroid, right?
Sphincter.
And your butthole, probably. But honestly, I mean, and I'm not just saying this because I want to be agreeable. I liked that. I genuinely liked that. I think, and you mentioned Jimmy John's earlier. That's my other experience with pickles is they put like a quarter wedge of a pickle in with every single order, and then it's all mushy and stuff like that. And I'm like, ew, is this your pickle, sir? Because nay, I don't like that. But this is
How
it's
does pickles
crispy.
get to be old timey British?
I think
like-
it's
Yeah, don't you think they had them back then?
Are you talking
I
about
do.
cucumber
Don't you think?
sandwiches?
Do you think they had them back in the olden days? I
They
think
do.
so.
Yes, absolutely. That's why we have them.
Yeah, I think Queen Elizabeth was eating pickles in her youth. So I think we're good here. So anyway,
Well, if
look
the
at this.
queen
Look at
did
this.
it,
Look at this. Ball jar.
You have to
This is
return your
nice.
terrarium after you're done with it.
no, you can
I
clean it
absolutely
out.
will.
Chomp on
I'm
some
going
garlic
to.
right now, Brandon. I want
Eat
to
a
see your
garlic.
face. Eat a garlic.
Is there a garlic clove? I see one. Fudge. All right, here we go. Oh, that's harsh. Goddamn.
Again, that was not a pickled garlic. That was garlic that has been in brine. What did you just shake that with?
Fudge. God dang.
I gotta imagine the brine would actually mellow that out. I ate that.
That wasn't good.
And
Is
then
it in
I
your
drank
nose?
some water to swallow it like a pill.
Oh, it's like licking a horse's butthole. Oh, I don't like that one bit. Ah,
Is
my
the
tongue is
horse's
on
name
fire.
garlic?
I need more brine. I need more brine because my throat's on fire. Relief.
Oh, that wins. That wins.
Oh, relief. Yeah,
What are we
I didn't
doing
like
right
that.
now? We're in the middle of you saying whether you like
Yeah,
Pickleback
I
or
heard it,
not,
yeah.
right?
Yeah. Okay.
Do you wait? First
yeah.
off, do you like garlic that's been in brine for not enough
Very
time to
short
pickle?
amount of time.
F no, I don't like that. That didn't feel good at all. That was like burning hair in a diaper. That was like oh man, that was like licking a homeless man's taint. I didn't like that one bit. That tasted nasty.
You personally know what that feels like?
Man, you
This
don't
is
even know
why
my
I
business.
felt. This is why I felt fear from Brandon. We're bringing this full around to that
Yeah.
one time in next to the casino.
100%.
Why are you so
100%.
after homeless people? I don't understand it.
Have you
Why
guys
is
done
that
an
your
episode on homeless
go-to?
people yet? Do we need to make
The
Brandon like
earth
homeless
is
people?
not a home. An overpass is not a home. Yeah, a tent is not a home. No.
This is
man.
how you know
I-
Brandon needs to get out more, because he's defaulting to a very bad, what he thinks is a British like accent. You know, and I know you better than that. You know, so it's like
You know it, man.
What's the most obscure accent that you do, Brandon?
The obscure accent, God, it's hard to do one without being a little insensitive, so I'm not going to.
How do you know if you're a product of like the 90s, being an adult in the early 2000s? All the accents I know are offensive.
Yeah, it's.
you know, you asked that, my mind straight away went to any Family Guy episode. And then any accent that Brandon would do from any one of those episodes would be offensive.
Indeed. Shouldn't do them anymore. I support that. You know, I don't want to hurt anybody's feelings. I don't want to make anyone feel bad about themselves. But you know what? I do like the. You know, Roman, you were so kind to get this. I think you went back to the Metro Detroit area to procure this stuff right here. That was very kind of you. Thank you so much. I really appreciate the time that you took to do this. I like this a lot. I think it's a fun experience. I'm glad I got to do it with you two guys that I really enjoy being around and really am a better person for knowing. So thank you for doing this. I appreciate it. I like this. You know, the whiskey doesn't matter, right? The whiskey does not matter. It can be garbage, dollar whiskey from the party store at the corner. But then you take the brine down and everything's all right. It's like a hug. Yeah, we've all lived through this past 2 years and all kinds of nonsense and all kinds of uncertainty and challenges. And you've got this like pickly scented brine coming down to make it all right. So yes, Roman.
No.
I like Pickleback. I would do it anytime, any place, and thank you for sharing that with me, Jeff. What do you think?
Sorry for the interruption.
No worries.
We're
I
You
having
don't
know
know.
that
I
we're
just
is.
heard Brandon say that he likes Nickelback, so I'm all set.
having
Hey.
dinner is in
Hey.
dinner is in 5 minutes, boys. So I
Yeah,
gotta
mine is. Yeah, mine is too. Mine is too.
I'll
Oh,
cut to
that's
the
so nice.
chase.
Mine already started eating.
um,
Who are you getting drunk in the basement?
hey, I would honestly, getting drunk in the basement is the highlight of January so far. So thank you. Um, the cut to the chase. Picklebacks are awesome. Even when you got really, really good whiskey, uh, drinking that saltwater brine, which I've never had before, but it's not as like kick you in the face flavor wise as I like I said, I like vinegar based things, and this is much more subtle and I might say nuanced, and the combination between the two. I'll say it for the last time, and I've said it a lot. I would drink that brine by itself. So having and because you didn't have this, Roman, have you ever drank a really really good whiskey with this?
No, I kind of I don't think I would even think about that.
Yeah.
I want to have the experience of drinking something really absolutely shitty that makes me hate my life, and then drink something that kind of like removes me from that. Because I think that maybe that might make me appreciate it more. But I'm here to tell you that if you drink quality whiskey with this particular brine, and I want to know where, like, did you buy it like with the pick, like, was it already pickling when you bought it, or did
Oh
you
yeah, yeah. It
did you
comes in
brine
this.
this?
This
Yeah,
is from the store. Shout out to let's see if we can get this. New York International. That's
Shout out.
in where, Ferndale, where is
no,
this
no,
at?
no, 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 no. This is right in Oak Park, Southfield area of Detroit, around 10
Gotcha.
Mile. If you can get these, there were just pickles right in here. I spiced it up a little bit with everything in there, but no, you saw that. This was full of pickles, full of brine. Where'd it go? 405.
Now, if I show up
Not
there,
bad.
if I show up there and say I need the pickles, is
Yeah.
this a place where I can actually get the pickles, or they be like, "Fuck out of here"?
Yeah, they make this really easy for you. You don't got to talk to anybody. You just go to the refrigerated area, and you take this. It's just there. You just take it. It's already packaged.
Do I gotta say, "Hey, Roman sent me"?
Yeah, they won't. There's quite a few Romans probably. Now what you can also do is right next to this are other pickled things. So pickled
Like
cherry
pig's feet?
tomatoes.
Pig's feet?
No, that's a different culture. So
Have you
no,
had have either of you had pickled pig's feet?
not pickled.
Heck
I've had. I want to say grilled or barbecued meat, like cooked. No.
1000% picklebacks are my thing, and I haven't even had it the proper way, and so I will. We're gonna have to do some calls like this again, where I can get some shitty whiskey and see what you guys, so I can
You
tell
know,
you how I feel about it.
I would wonder though if you take your better than shitty whiskey, but substitute for shitty brine.
Oh.
I don't know. I don't know, because I wouldn't want the shitty brine to take away from
Ruin it all.
from the really good whiskey. Like the really good brine is what
It is key.
it is what
Yeah.
makes it for me. I don't
Yeah.
think that I don't think that what we're drinking on the front end matters.
So
I think that's a great point. That's a great point.
I think it is
that
interesting to know that as far as history goes, if this is right, the original pickleback that was served was actually served with brine from McClure's Pickles, which is a vinegar-based pickle. But I do also believe that they are Detroit-based. I'm not sure if I'm getting that right or not. I'm Googling as we're talking, and it took me to a wrong page. Yeah. They're Brooklyn and Detroit-based McClure's Pickles. Now, this is just me personally, because I don't like vinegar. I don't think, well, I take it back. I like vinegar. I don't like pickles that are vinegar-based. I don't think it tastes good. Earlier, Jeff, you said that you like that. So maybe if you find good quality pickles that you like, you can go with that too.
I should try that and see if I like. You're saying like a vinegary brine. I kind of a theme of this podcast is I like a lot of things. I'm kind of like I'm kind of an easy like I don't you can count on one hand the amount of things that I've said that are garbage. But I had never had a saltwater based like brine pickle before. These were delicious, and I really want to have some garlic that's that like, because you've been such a great like host and leading to have this experience. It makes me want to go to this deli, and which is in the altered state of mind that I'm in. The fact that New York is in the title and it's in Oak Park / Southfield might throw me off and not have me remember it later. But it's got me wanting to drive there tomorrow, Roman, and just get one of everything and come home and have that be like nosh for me.
Oh, yeah. Well, I can tell you, if you guys want to have me back, I can make it a mission to try something, to find something that you will not like, that I like and others like. Very first thing when you said that crossed my mind was aspic.
That sounds horrible.
Yeah. Anything that starts with ass doesn't sound great.
Is it literal or figurative?
It is a food, and it's spelled ASPICK. And it is defined in English as a molded meat gelatin dish.
You lost me at molded. So
I believe that they were all the rage in the 50s and the 60s, actually, in the States.
The shape of something bothers you, Brandon?
Yeah. What's that?
Brandon's bothered by the word
bothers you?
Yeah. I don't care for that. I think all of my prior experiences to this with pickles has been vinegar based, and I'm not sure I'm a fan of that. I know I'm not a fan of that. This, I like this a lot. I will absolutely eat the rest of these pickles and the one red pepper that's in here. I will devour that for sure.
And the garlic.
And the garlic, right?
And you got like 3 cloves of garlic left.
Hell no. That was like Sasquatch's nuts. I don't want any part of that. It does not taste good. But I do like the pickles. I do like the taste of the brine. So thank you for introducing me to that. I think there's a lot of things that I'm now open to, because prior to this experience, I've always been like, nah, pickles disgusting. I ain't messing with that junk. So yeah, this has been a good positive experience for me. I mean, I love any time that I get to spend with you two folks. We have a good time together. Like you guys, care for you guys a lot. So Roman, we appreciate you. You are welcome back anytime you wanna make us like anything. You're good with us, man. Appreciate it. Thank you so much for joining us.
Well, thanks for having me, and any opportunity that I can get a patty or a Jim in your mouth, I'm there.
Or a ginger, or 2 gingers.
2 gingers.
Let's go. And Ginger's all about it. So, I'm Brandon.
It is an accomplishment that I am the least offensive person on a podcast.
Are you saying I bring out the worst in Brandon? Is that what?
That is.
I'm just saying it's not usual that I'm the least.
Yeah.
I'll say it again, that I'm the least offensive person in a conversation, recorded or not.
Yeah. Anything. Yeah. Yeah. That's
I'll take
something.
I like
That's
it.
what the
I love it.
pandemic will do to you.
Yep. Makes you
I don't even
racist.
know. Pandemic makes you racist. Hey.
That's one of those accents.
I did it. Unconsciously, I did it. Oh, man. Canceled. That's
All
what
right.
happens when you...
Next time, if you
Winners.
guys hear me say that I'm staying in with two gingers, you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, buddy.
It's not what we think it is.
It's
Hey, man,
right,
this
you
was
guys.
a lot of fun. This was a lot of fun. Thank you so much, Roman. Appreciate it. Jeff, appreciate you
My
as
pleasure.
always. Thank you for tuning in. If you are watching this on demand, we appreciate you. If you're watching this live, on demand, you know, like a TiVo.
Pay-per-view.
People
Oh,
got
man.
TiVos still, right?
Yeah.
Come on, man. Hey, Jeff, you go eat a dick. You go eat a dick right now.
I'm hungry,
See,
so I'm about to
this
go
is
do
why
it.
I said the beer was a bad idea. You see what happens when he mixes drinks?
Yep.
So bad. Beer before liquor, never been sicker. Liquor before beer, in the clear. You know that old nursery rhyme from growing up as a kindergartner.
That's proving wrong right now.
It's science.
Hey,
Except
that's
when
true.
it's you.
Yeah.
But
Hey, we got a lot of bots in the stream here. Look at check this out. Boom. What? Boom.
Yeah, don't click on those.
Don't click on these links. They're hackers. They're trying to get your information. They're trying to get you to. I guess I probably shouldn't have highlighted those then. Don't click on those. I'm telling you after the fact. Anyways, boom. Roman, you are welcome back anytime. We love you. Thank you for tuning in to the Make Me Like This podcast. Rate us 5 stars. That helps us out. I don't know why. Anyway, take it easy, folks. We'll see you next time. Peace.
Bye.
All right.
Go home, Brandon. You're drunk.
Dude, I'm buzzed.